Hello fellow mood readers! Today I have a little reading update for you since I really haven't been making videos other than the Sleepy Hollow vlog. I am going to try to do my best to get back on track now. My reading slump is pretty much over. I don't know if you did watch the Sleepy Hollow vlog, but I did mention in it that I was feeling slumpy. That's starting to go away now. I'm very happy to say. But also, I was feeling slumpy as far as video wise. I wasn't happy with anything I made, and I didn't really feel like my ideas were any good, and it was just one of those kind of creative slumps, and I was like, I'll ride it out and we'll see where it goes. I'm happy to say that the reading slump has cleared up and I am feeling better about making videos, so I really hope that you enjoy them. So for now, we'll get to the books that I've read while I was kind of going through the slump. So more or less, I had audiobooks that I finished more than physical reads. I think that they kind of helped me get through when I wasn't feeling like reading necessarily physically, because most of the time I was playing video games, I was doing some other things to kind of do something else. So I did listen to 3 audiobooks, and we'll get into those now. Starting out, I had a lot of plans for horror books that I've been wanting to read, but I know that I didn't get to them now, so hopefully soon my mood will swing back around to some horror. But I want to start out with this one because I absolutely love this author, and I do have some backlog to get to. I do have one other audiobook, so maybe I will listen to that one coming up. But for now, I want to talk about Buffalo Hunter Hunter. And I own this book twice, but I listened to the audiobook, and the narrators were fantastic. They did a wonderful job, and I'm really glad I listened to the audio because it gave me more of a sense of the storytelling and the way that it was told, as well as the pronunciation and everything like that. There were some words that I'm sure I would not have gotten correct, not nearly. And it was really interesting to listen to this one, to have this one be read. So I would say, if you can, I would say give this one a shot on audio. But either way, even if you don't, just read this book because it is absolutely fantastic. Stephen Graham Jones just has a way with stories. He's such a great storyteller. And this one had me going through a wide range of emotions. I cried while I was listening to this, which also happened with The Only Good Indians. I just absolutely love this author. I still have Mongrels, and I Was a Teenage Slasher is the other audiobook that I have, but I will be getting to those soon. And if it's not completely obvious, I don't think I mentioned it yet, but I gave this one a full 5 stars. Character-wise, the perspectives, you don't get as much in the modern era as far as the way that this is relayed, which I don't mind at all. The main story is with the past, and I absolutely love that. But you do get more of the swing around with the more modern storytelling, which I thought was fantastic. I absolutely loved this book. So go read it. If you've been on the fence, go read this. Just please read this. Stephen Graham Jones is amazing. So my next audiobook is also a 5-star. I was a little bit worried about it because it did have mixed reviews. I am happy to say that I really still enjoy the writing. So Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab. The narrators for this were also fantastic. I enjoyed listening to this a lot. It did get slow in parts, but I didn't feel like that took away too much. We were getting character building moments normally in them, so I didn't mind it as much as one of the other books I feel like that I will get to later, as far as that felt slow. But the audio experience was really good with this. I did really enjoy the narrators. And this did get mixed reviews, so like I said, I was a bit concerned. but I still fully enjoyed this, and I liked the ending. I wasn't expecting it, but I liked the ending. So the writing still kind of reminded me of Addie LaRue, which I absolutely love Addie LaRue. This still kind of had that same similar type feeling, and I liked the way the vampires were done in this. Like, there were things that I really can't say, but I did like the way that things were done with this as far as the vampiric storyline went. And I really appreciate that it did go a little bit in a different direction. So I was not, like I said, I wasn't expecting that ending, but I didn't mind it, to be honest. I liked it quite a bit. I am curious on your thoughts if you've read this, since it was pretty hit or miss for some people. I'm curious on your thoughts. So let me know what you think down below, if you agreed and you really loved it, gave it 5 stars, or if you absolutely hated it, gave it 2 stars or 1 star. Let me know, because I'm really curious. I like talking about that kind of thing. So if you wouldn't mind and you'd like to comment, please do. I would say if you want to give it a try, the audio is a good way to go, and they did a really good job with all 3 of the main characters. They all had different voices, and everything I thought was very well done. And I still have to continue reading the backlog that I have, but I really do enjoy her books, so I will get to those soon. The other audiobook that I had, I got it from the library, but that is Fiend by Alma Katsu. I do love Alma Katsu. I really enjoyed The Hunger, and I really enjoyed The Deep, as well as, oh, there's one more I can't think of. I'll flash it up on the screen. But I really enjoy Alma Katsu's writing as well. So I was excited for Fiend, but I don't know if it hit me at the right moment or if I was not quite ready. But this one I don't think was quite for me. I enjoyed aspects of it, but overall for me it kind of landed at a 3 star. The characters were very unlikable, and I know that was the point of it, but I don't know if I was maybe not in the mood when I decided to try to listen to it. I liked the concept. It was very well done. I did like the end a lot. Perhaps I'll go back and revisit it in the future. It kind of was sitting at a 3.5 for me. So let me know if you read that one. It's not very long. I think I finished the audiobook in like 2 days. So it wasn't like super long. It's either 2 or 3 days maybe. Like I said, unlikable characters, which I don't mind them sometimes, but I think I have to be in the right mood for them. And I think that was entirely the point for this. So let me know if you've read it and what you thought of it. But generally, I do enjoy a lot of Alma Katsu's books. Most of them are like 4 to 5 stars for me. This one was a little bit under that, but it is what it is, and it happens sometimes. So maybe I'll revisit that one in the future. Physically, I have a couple books to talk about. I'm going to start with the one that I did finish, and then I will get to the one I DNF'd. And the one I finished is Land So Wide by Aaron A. Craig. You all know, if you've watched this channel for any amount of time, you know how much I talk about Aaron A. Craig's writing. To this day, Small Favors is still my favorite, so I think if our tastes align in books, I would say definitely check out Small Favors. But I also really enjoyed House of Salt and Sorrow a lot, even more upon a reread, so keep that in mind too. This one I happened to be reading during a slump. I was actually reading 2 physical reads as well as an e-read, and I think I had an audiobook going at one point, so I was reading a lot, trying to read a lot when I didn't really want to read. So I don't know if that kind of affected my thoughts on this one. Very atmospheric read. I like how different this one was. I don't want to give away anything because I love going into some of these books absolutely blind, especially when they're an auto-by-author, so sometimes I don't want to know anything at all. And in the end, it works out that I can never remember the synopsis that I read when I said I want to read that. The characters in this one were pretty great. There was a bit of a few choices, I think, that were they were a little strange for me. It did some of it worked and some of it didn't work for me. So I think that's why I settled with a 4 on this one. So I gave this one 4 stars. Like I said, I usually generally always enjoy Aaron A. Craig, and this one's no different. It just didn't happen to fall up into the upper tier for me, but I still really enjoyed this. I love it when you can find just those authors that you love and just most of their work just happens to work for you. For now, I will get into the one that I DNF. We can talk about that a little bit. So I know I made a video a while back, and one of the videos that I was planning to come out with also had to do with this. I was going to do a reading vlog for this to help me get through it, and I ended up not doing that because I ended up not finishing the book. So, but I talked about books that I wanted to read that have been on my TBR for quite some time, and one of them was this beast right here. I DNF'd this. I was probably further along than I wanted to be when I DNF'd it, but I DNF'd it all the same. And I feel bad because I was looking forward to reading it, even though I was hesitant, because I've heard mixed things about this. So I was hoping that it wouldn't put me in a slump, but I don't know if I can fully blame it for the slump either. So I'm going to say it was a mix of things, but I'm going to say that this was probably a part of the slump. Because while I enjoyed parts of this, it felt slow, and I did feel like I felt like I was reading and I was making progress, and most of the time it just felt like I was not. Like, sometimes I'd pick this up and I'd feel like reading it, and then other times I'm like, I don't really want to. I enjoyed aspects of this. I enjoyed characters. There were some of the relationships that I really enjoyed, and then there were things that I just really didn't. So I can't even pinpoint exactly what it was, but at some point I kind of just forgave myself, and I was like, I don't want to pick this up, so I'm not going to. So I decided to take the bookmark out, and I decided to give this the DNF that I probably should have given earlier, because I don't know if that made my slump even worse. So I will be unhauling this. I might do an unhaul video, because I do have some other books that I'm planning to get rid of as well. But this one here I also have, and obviously I'm not going to read this when I have not finished this. I do feel bad. I don't like to DNF. I always find it easier to DNF an audiobook than an actual physical read, and I don't know why that is. Let me know if you feel the same way, or if you're the opposite. Do you find it harder to DNF audiobooks or anything at all? I'm kind of still new to DNFing, because normally I would finish, but I'm trying to be kinder to myself. There's so many books that I want to get to, and if I'm not enjoying myself reading something, I don't want to keep going. But I feel bad because I can't 100% pinpoint what it was that just wasn't working for me. That's what happens sometimes. Let me know your thoughts on these ones, if you've read them, and or even if you haven't. If you were planning to, I'd like to know. Part of me is also wondering if I should even try the Bone season. I did get the first book, not recently, so not with the recent release with all of the changes that I know Samantha Shannon has done. I was actually curious about it. Let me know if you think that it's worth it to try the Bone season, even though these ones weren't for me. I'm actually kind of curious about it. And maybe it'll be like maybe just try again. Maybe these ones just didn't work for me. So that's everything that I've read and DNF. So now we're on to what I'm currently reading. And one of the things that I've been actually reading, I've been picking up Don't Let the Forest In, and I'm absolutely really loving it. I have 90% read, but unfortunately it's kind of been the book that I've been going to when I leave my other book downstairs if I feel like reading a few pages before bed. I do have it on here. It was on sale when I grabbed it, but I've got 90% read. So I will be finishing this up very soon. I'm really loving it. It is so fantastic. The descriptions are incredible and wild, to be honest. The atmosphere, 100%. So that makes me really excited for Hazelthorne. So at some point I will be getting to Hazelthorn as well, but I will be finishing this up soon, so probably in my next video I'll give you an update and let you know when I finish. I have been still doing Norse November, just letting you know that I wanted to read some of those Norse reads. So the TBR was still similar from when I did my other video when I talked about maybe doing a Norse November read for for some of these, but actually I picked The Weaver and the Witch Queen, which I did just get, so it has not been on my TBR for all that long. Faye from Books and Chocoholic really enjoyed this one, and her vlog absolutely made me want to read this, so go check out her channel. I will link it down below, but she did a great job with describing this and making me want to read it, as well as the Song of the Huntress, which I have a few books about like the Wild Hunt and the Huntress and everything like that, so maybe I'll make that a vlog too. But this one really caught my interest, and I also really want to read The Witch's Heart, which is by this same author, Genevieve Gornichek. So this is my current read. The other one that I wanted to get to was The Wolf in the Whale by Jordana Max Brodsky, and this blends Inuit and Norse mythology in the frozen Arctic. So if I do go into December with this, it won't just be Norse November, it'll be my Norse adventures. So, but for right now, I am still currently reading another Norse book, so this I am planning to pick up next. And then, of course, I had this one on my TBR for a while. I have all 3 books. I have 3 books, as long as it's 3 books long, I think. This was a soft DNF a while back. I think I would be ready to pick this back up as long as I'm enjoying those reads, but I have Wolf's Angel by M.D. Lachlan, as well as the other 2 books, Fenrir and Lord of Slaughter. So I do want to get to these as well. I'm not sure what I'll continue on with, but I was planning on releasing a Norse reading vlog, so it might not just be Norse November now, but at some point I will be releasing a Norse reading vlog with all of these Norse inspired reads. My audiobook currently is A Curse Carved in Bone, which is the 2nd book, the sequel to A Fate Inked in Blood, the Saga of the Unfated, and this was available on the library app, so I figured on Libby. So I figured that I would pick this one up and just add more Norse mythology into my reading. So I have been wanting to see where this one goes. The beginning didn't quite get me, but I think I'm about halfway in right now, and it's got me a little more than it did in the beginning. So the beginning was a little rough for me, but it's made up for it since. So that is my reading update, and thank you so much for sticking around, and thank you for watching this. Please let me know in the comments how your reading's been going. I hope you haven't been slumpy like I have, and I hope you've had a couple 5-star reads in there. So let me know, and I will see all of you in the next one.